Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you for always taking the time out to stop by on my channel, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, and for commenting. I really appreciate all your what you're doing. Today I'm going to be sharing how to save $1,000 for emergencies. So we set February as our a month to save up to $1,000 for emergencies. If you save more, that's great, and if you save less, that's great also. That remember, we're trying to build habits and be consistent, so that's great. No matter the amount you save, the goal is for 1,000, but no matter what you save, that's still very important. So I've got a couple questions, like what do I mean by emergency savings? So emergency savings is trying to prepare for the unforeseen. So this is like a small account separate from your regular savings account that you can set aside to cover for emergencies. For example, if you get a flat tire, you can easily replace it with this cash. So it's very important to keep this money liquid. You can keep it in a high yield savings account. You can keep it cash if that's what you prefer. You can keep it in a checking account if that's what you prefer. But what I recommend is you keep it in a high yield savings account. For myself, I use EQ Bank, that's in Canada. That I keep my emergency savings account, and with a high yield interest savings account, it does earn some interest on my savings. So that's really great because I can keep my money there in for preparations for emergencies. For example, I said on a flat tire, medical emergencies, car breakdown. A lot of things can happen that we don't see it coming. So you want to take off the burden, the stress of thinking about finances by already preparing for the unforeseen. So this is very important to save for emergencies. So I posted on my Facebook page, we're going to be taking February as the month to build an emergency savings account, so an emergency fund of up to $1,000. So if you're saving more than that, that's great, but I recommend 1,000 to 2,000 in your emergency fund or emergency saving account. And if you happen to save less than 1,000 in February, that's amazing. I am so proud of you. Keep going till you reach 1,000 to 2,000. So keep going, don't give up. Share your stories down below if you're able to save up to 1,000 or how much you saved during the month of February. So let's dive right into the video. So as I said earlier, I'm going to be sharing how to build $1,000 emergency savings account. So the first one is to start with the clear goal. So we've started with our goal already, and so you have to make it smart. And what is the timeline for saving this $1,000? So we have the month of February to save our $1,000. We can break it down into weeks, into bi-weekly, and for the whole month as well. So if you get paid weekly, you can break it down like when I get paid every week, I can save 2,000 or $250. Sorry, pardon me. I can save $250 every week, and so for 4 times, so for the 4 weeks, I'm gonna save 1,000. If you get paid bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks, you can save 500 from each paycheck, and by the end of the month, I can reach my $1,000 goal. Or if you get paid in the month, budget yourself, get only what you need, and then you can save the $1,000 at the end of the month. As I said earlier, if you can save 1,000, that's amazing. That's our goal. And if you save less than that, that's still amazing. Keep going. I am so proud of you. Keep building an emergency fund. It is very important. It's going to save you down the road for something that will happen that you did not see coming, and you'll be so happy that you set that money aside. So the second one is to keep this emergency saving fund in a separate account, in a separate savings account. Do not include this emergency savings account in your regular savings. The reason is because when you have an emergency, some people lock their savings up to 30 days. So you want this money liquid, easily accessible. So you can open a high yield interest savings account. As I mentioned earlier, I use EQ Bank, but there are a couple of banks that offer that, and RBC offers that, TD offers that, BMO, Simply Financial. Just ask your bank if they offer a high yield interest savings account, and you can park your emergency savings in that account. So, and you when you put it in that account, label it emergency fund. So it's meant for emergencies. So if an emergency happens, you use your emergency fund. If it's not an emergency, do not use the emergency fund for other ones. For example, if you go out shopping and you run out of cash, your emergency fund is not for that. That is not an emergency. You should plan out your shopping, your expenditures, and stick to your budget. So running out at the grocery store or at the mall is not an emergency. So you don't need that. Do not use your emergency funds for your wants. So make sure your budget is clear and realistic to meet all your needs. So the third one is to do an expense audit. So what I mean by an expense audit is check your subscriptions, check how many times you go eating out, how many times you order food, how many times you spend how many times you go to coffee shops to spend money on buying things online and spending on delivery fees. So you want to do an audit of those. You want to cut those to the very bare minimum if you're trying to build an emergency fund. So audit your subscriptions. Maybe you're subscribed to things that you no longer use, so you want to cut those out. Check your credit card statements, check your bank statements. Make sure you eliminate any subscriptions you no longer use or you no longer need. You can use free options. For example, Spotify. If you listen to music, there's a free version of Spotify, so you can go down to free options. Free doesn't mean that you're so cheap. It's being smart with your money and putting your money in the right places. So you don't want to be spending money on takeouts, on subscriptions, on restaurants when you don't have it. So let's build our emergency funds. In the future, we can all enjoy these things to the very maximum. But right now, we're trying to be very wise with our money, putting our money in the right places. So just do an audit of your finances. Go through your bank statements, your credit card statements, and look what subscriptions are coming out you no longer need. So the fourth point is save before you spend. I know a lot of people are struggling with the budget, and by the end of the month, they've already spent everything. The goal is to spend, it doesn't matter how much, it can be so little, but you want to make sure you pay yourself first. So you've worked very hard, you want to pay yourself first for all the hard work you've done. So you can do that by automatically transferring money from your checking account to where you get paid onto the emergency fund savings account, so you don't even have to think about it. So immediately the money lands into your account, you can set up automatic payments, and you can make a withdrawal of $25, of $50, of $100, and it can go towards your emergency funds. So whatever suits your budget, you can set up automatic payments. Pay yourself first, save first before you go out spending. So it's very, very important to save first before you go out spending. And then the fifth point is to allocate any extra income towards your emergency fund. For example, we'll be filing taxes. So if you get a tax refund, put it towards your emergency fund. That is not free money for you to go spend out. Actually, that's not free money from the government. That is your money. You get access to the government. So the government has just given you back your money. So make good use of it. It's not free money. And if you get any cash gifts, you can use it towards your emergency fund. If you get any bonuses at work, any salary increases, you can put it towards your emergency fund. So this is not free money for you to go out shopping and spending. You have to be very, very wise with your money. And if you get any cashback rewards or any grocery store rewards, use it wisely. So don't think this is free money or this is an opportunity for me to go spend. This is a free money, and this is it's meant for you to use it wisely. So let's put any extra income, any extra money coming into us towards our emergency funds till we meet our goal, and then we can keep putting into our regular savings or towards investment. So you want to make sure that any extra income that's coming in through our monthly challenge is going towards your emergency savings. The safe point is try to have no spend days or low spend weeks. So if you go out shopping maybe twice a week, reduce it to once a week. If you always go to the coffee shop every day, maybe you can reduce it to 3 times a week. Is you're not cutting out everything, you're still doing the things you enjoy. You're just trying to meet up a goal, and once you hit your goal, and then you can increase it a bit. But the goal is for us to save for emergencies. And if you're tight on your budget, things are tight, I would highly recommend that you limit things like frequently grocery shopping, always going out to coffee shops, online shopping. So you want to limit those, or you want to eliminate those for some time. It's not forever. I know we all enjoy shopping. I do enjoy shopping, but if I'm trying to meet up with a goal, I limit those or I cut those out completely till I meet my goal. So you want to try no spend days or low spend weeks as well. Or you can do a no spend month if you're really very focused. You want to be like just dive right into it and get your $1,000 emergency saved. You can do a no spend month. So no spend month doesn't mean you don't buy groceries. It means you only spend money on things you need. So like your rent, your utilities, your phone bill, your basic groceries, nothing out of your needs. And then anything like clothes shopping, it's not included. Shoes, bags, doing your nails, you can cut those out for a month. I'm sure if you cut those out for a month, it's not going to be the end of the world. So it's just for a month. You can try to cut those out and see how you do. The seventh point is to make your savings visual and motivating. So it can be very, I don't want to use the word discouraging, especially if you're looking to meet $1,000 goal and you cannot meet it. You should be very proud of yourself for even starting to or wanting to save for emergencies, and you have to make that goal visible. So you can stick it right on your fridge, in your bedroom, right beside your bed, and or you can put it on an app or on a reminder on your phone. So to remind you that you're making progress. It's progress and consistency over perfection. So you're making progress. You should be proud of those. You should be proud of yourself. And it's not easy. I understand things are expensive, things are tight, but we have to ensure that we are not robbing from our future. We want to make sure that we still motivate ourselves to keep going. Our future self is dependent on our present self, on the actions we take now. So you want to make sure that you keep everything nice and visual, motivating. Do not feel discouraged. And people are going to share that they could meet the goals. Some are going to share they couldn't meet the goals. But the point is, share what you could and be proud of what you can and keep going. Do not give up. Do not say, oh my goodness, this is unattainable. Why even bother? Please bother. Save for it, because when emergencies come up, you'll be proud of yourself. You'll be proud of what you did. Our last point is to protect the emergency fund. As I said earlier, you can open a separate emergency fund, label it emergency fund, and you put your emergency funds in it. So protecting your emergency funds is because you want to use it only for emergencies. For example, emergency car repairs, your engine can blow off. I know if your engine blows off, it's very stressful, it's expensive. Then can you imagine if you had emergency savings aside? So you can use that for it. And if you use your emergency fund, you want to rebuild it back because you want to protect that fund, you want to rebuild it back for in case another emergency comes up. So it is very important to protect that emergency fund, and if you use it for emergencies, you want to build it back to where you're comfortable, to where you think that if something happens, you won't be stressed financially, you won't have a panic attack because you can cover those expenses. So those are the 8 points I'm sharing. I know things are very challenging right now. Budgets are tight, but set out a clear budget. So before the money comes in, you want to lay out your budget. You want to include savings in your budget. For the month of February, we're doing $1,000 emergency fund challenge, like savings challenge. I would really encourage you to join us on our emergency fund challenge savings. Share with us how much you save and how much you plan if you don't save the 1,000 by the end of February, how much you save in February and how much you plan to top it up in your emergency fund. So if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions on how we can all plan and execute our emergency savings challenge, you can share it down in the comments below. Thank you for always stopping by to watch my videos, and don't forget, I am so proud of your journey. Talking about money can be very challenging. Some people did not grow up talking about money. Some people did not see from their parents how to manage money. None of us grew up knowing how to be perfect with money. We all learn. We all got taught by parents, uncles, mentors, friends. So don't feel discouraged. Nobody knows it all. I myself am still learning. I'm still growing, and I'm very open to learning, to keep learning as well. So if you have some great tips, please share with me. I would love to hear them, and I wish us all the best on our savings challenge. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you and stay blessed.